All right. So if you like chess, maybe you like this video. But if you freaking love chess, maybe even subscribe because I might be covering some other kinds of chess on this channel or you know something. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and play some 1 minute bullet chess, right? And what does it mean to like when you're playing bullet chess? Maybe you haven't played before and you don't really even understand what bullet chess is. It's putting the time pressure on down to as little as a minute or maybe even less. I don't know if they have faster rounds, but or matches, but it gives each player a minute. And this is 1-1 bullet chess in this case. I mean, it gives each player a minute, but also gives you a second back for each move that you make, which allows you to make up for like lost time. I don't know exactly the different effects of that, but overall, it's giving you back a little bit of your time when you make a move. So I'm going to go ahead and play a few rounds of some bullet chess, 1 minute bullet chess. And I'm not particularly high right now. I'm rated at 330. So I'm not like a great player or anything like that. Don't think, hey, this guy's putting himself there as this kind of master or great player. I'm not doing that. I'm just giving you an example of what some 1 minute bullet chess is like. If you enjoy that, like I said, I invite you to listen to the video or maybe just watch. I'm probably not going to talk the whole time. I'm going to kind of play some bullet chess here, which means I kind of want to focus and concentrate. And I'm probably not going to be concentrating as good as I can when like I'm not narrating the video. Uh, but the idea is to not blunder as little as possible. To blunder as little as possible, and to maybe sometimes stall for time a little bit. You can beat them on the clock. That's kind of a strategy. Maybe not the most ethical or the best. Like you want to checkmate, right? But or something like that. But at the same time, sometimes creating gridlock or doing some nonsensical stuff on there can be beneficial for you, specifically in bullet chess. So, like I said, about 330 rating here, not special. I mean, I don't know. I hear that that's beginner level, and it seems like a beginner level in a sense. I certainly don't feel like I'm some great player or anything like that. But I have beat the bot, a couple of bots, like I think it was the 1375 bot, maybe. I beat it on like the first try, and the 1800 bot, somewhere in that range. I think it maybe on the third try. Might have been a level lower than that on those bots, but somewhere in that range. I think it was maybe the 1,000+ bot. I think 1050 bot I beat in the first try, and the 1375 bot I think I beat in the second or third try. So I'm not sure if that means that I'm at that level. As far as I knew when I was in junior high, I played a little bit for a short time, and I think I was ranked at about 1200, but I don't know if there's the same rating system or what. I'm on chess.com right now. Let me know if you know anything about those rating systems. Like I said, I appreciate you liking the video or listening in, and I'm just going to go ahead and start a new match here. We're going to play 1 minute bullet chess. I'm at the 330 level. You can see I'm playing some opponents online. I'm just going to go ahead and try my opening that I try a lot. I do this opening a lot, but I vary it up depending on what's going on. Let's just see. Nope, they're not going to go for that one. So let's see what we can do here. They're going to castle. No, I didn't castle. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, so let's see. I can break up. What can I do to break it up in there a little bit? Probably not the best move, but 1 minute bullet chess, I usually try to move fast, and sometimes you kind of know what's going on, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's hard to tell. And not used to the position, for example. Go ahead and move this over here. See if we can disrupt this bishop. And move that up. Is that safe? Let's see here. Okay. So trade queens. I could. Why not? That's the best bet. That's what I'm doing. Put that over there. No, we don't want to lose our rook. So trying to move fast. I'm not totally familiar with the position every time. I'm a little bit. I'll get confused. And I'll need a little time to think out my moves. But overall, you don't really want to spend much time thinking out moves because you'll run out of time. You'll lose the match no matter what position you're in. If that makes sense. So let's see here. What can we do? They double up their rooks on me. that work? I'm just trying to move as fast as possible. Don't run out of time. Oh, what happened? They just ran into... They just went across my rook. What did I miss there? Anyway, that did not make sense to me, but whatever happened, I guess happened. Okay, let's see here. How about this? I might have the upper hand here if I keep it going. So... Not gonna do anything. Hopefully I might have this one. Okay, so see, that was kind of a more of a drawn out match, but got to beat them before time by keeping the moves going. You can see I actually only had 5 seconds left, and I don't know, I guess they had 28 seconds. Sometimes I'm a little confused about that, but they might have been moving faster or something. Anyway, managed to pull out a checkmate on that one, but let's try another match. You can see how I'm playing this 1 minute chess. Said I had a bit of good moves there. It's the most I've seen that I think I've had in one game as far as best and excellent moves. Kind of surprised to see that, so I'm impressed with myself there. Anyway, toot my own horn, but appreciate you listening in. Maybe you enjoy chess and haven't played 1 minute bullet chess. I'm telling you, try it out at first. It might seem a little intimidating or rocky, and some of the players can get pretty good at certain levels. Like, even just at the 339 level, I feel like it can be pretty challenging just meeting some other players at this level. You know, they can be pretty good in my opinion, but like I said, at the same time, maybe this is just the beginning level and we're all beginners and we have no idea what we're doing. I'm sure, you know, apparently we don't compared to some of the top level players. But, you know, gives you a little bit of a challenge if you're kind of a beginner and trying to learn a little bit of chess to start out with. So, here, okay, let me move that back here. That's not what I want to do. Move this over here. And see if we can pull another. Okay, see, they're going to pull down over there. So let's pull this knight up here. Put the queen over here. Maybe we can, you know, not get a free knight, but I was going to say we might get a free knight out of it. Could have put the bishop right there too as well. Let's do this right here. And notice, checkmate. Sweet. So, wow, what was it? Did I get 3 in a row? I don't normally do that well, but right now I'm kind of picking up a little bit of, maybe slightly in the zone, right? And I feel like that's what I'll do is I'll get down and play a good few matches and, you know, I'll make some slight breakthrough. Okay? Just some slight strategy I'm doing a little bit more accurately every time, or I learn a slightly better move to make in that position. So don't be afraid to fail and lose at 1 minute bullet chess. Maybe play as fast as possible and understanding, hey, I'm going to blunder like crazy, especially in the first few matches. But you can get a little bit better gradually. It's all about recognizing the positions and the patterns, in my opinion. And I certainly don't claim to be a master at this. You see, I'm only at 347 level. So if you're maybe, you know, listening to this, you've already played, and you're at a way higher level, you see something I could improve on, I certainly appreciate the tips. Maybe you're leaving a tip for other players that are learning about bullet chess, or just chess in general. Let's try another match. See if I can pull off enough. Somehow, I doubt it, but, you know, you never know. So what I'm doing, I'm pulling those 3 pawns open, and then if I have to, I can maybe kind of tempt them to take that, and then I'll pull this bishop back here. It's kind of the most efficient way I've found out to do this particular trap. So let's see. Is it gonna work? No way. Yeah, of course it's not quite that easy every time. Let's see. Nothing I can block it with. So probably gonna have to. Maybe I could go right there. Take a pawn, get a free pawn, maybe even a rook. Not quite on the rook, but we can go right here and let them take that. And okay, then I can go. What can we do? Go right here. Oh, whoops! That's maybe not the best move, obviously, but still kind of in the range of material, I think. What can I do right here? How about that? I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of going back for this pawn, even though I don't really have anything else set up for it. But maybe I can bring this knight up there. I doubt I'm going to slip in, but you never know. All right, and this is all about just having 2 or 3 traps set up, possibly. And will this slip by? I doubt it. There's no way. You're going to see it. See what I'm doing. Too obvious. Too obvious. Is it really that? Not quite. Almost going ahead to checkmate there. Not quite, but let's see. Is that going to do anything for me? No, it's not. Doubt it. Could take a rook. Better move. Whatever it is. Whatever. Give up my knight. Okay, and then no, that's not gonna work. What can I do here? Check. Czechoslovakian. As I'm walking in. Give me something to work here. Before I turn right back around. Alright. Can't put that in there. We need. Can't go down there either. Oh, ran out of time. Alright, so we lost one there. So you can see I'm losing a little bit of my rating there, which is whatever. I don't usually get to focus on that very much. I'm usually just doing some erratic playing, but I had a couple okay moves in there, I guess. Whatever. Let's try another match. So I just move quick here on this one. Let's see. Kind of do a slight variation on this opening. Yeah. Hit my rook, which is a setback of sorts. See what's going on? They do. I know they do. Try to check me anyway, but whatever. Don't have anything else in line right there. There's nothing else. I don't have nothing else set up to capture the rebound on that. So whatever. See if we can. That's not a great move. Needless to say. Let's pull this over here. Can we do anything with that? See, I'm messing me up over here. Too bad. I think I'm losing this match. This match is going to be over. This match is over. They're messing me up bad here. No chance. Oh, well, we got a bishop. Okay, whatever. Queen, please. Queen of the Stone Age. Is that a good idea? Is that a good idea? That was a good idea. Let's see here. What else can we do, Ski? What else can we do? What else can we do, Ski? Got some moves for you. Not a lot of options here. Let's see. Losing my queen. Damn. Oh, not quite. Are you kidding? I know I'm going to lose it now. Whatever. I tried. They get a little bit challenging at this level. I can have a hard time moving beyond this range. I think I've been up to about 400. Just noodling around with it, not getting real serious, but kind of focused on it for a few rounds. So you can see there we're losing a couple rounds. Let's try another one. Maybe try one more and we'll go back and review, maybe check out a couple of other videos here in this mix, this series, if you will. Sometimes I think I might have played this guy before, I'm not sure. I'm going to start this match. He's rated at 400. About to abort the game. Doesn't look like that one's going to happen. Let's try another one. And a lot of times I'll try that same trap, but you want to have a backup plan for when it doesn't work. So, that kind of cool. Okay, there we go. Traded. But that's not what I decided. Oh, checkmated me. I totally missed that. Obvious, really. And the knight right there with the queen. I'm not paying attention to that. So you gotta be keeping an eye out for that obvious checkmate. I say obvious. Obviously, it wasn't obvious enough. But keep an eye out for a relatively obvious checkmate with the knight or the bishop, a scholar's mate of sorts. So when that happens, I go back over here, then I'll move the knight out. I'm not saying it's going to work, but then I'll move the bishop back down. If they take that, I can usually take that. And then move the bishop back down. See, they're guarding here. They know what's going on. Should have moved this one forward, actually. I'm going to take my rook. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. Yes, let's try building a little bit of a defense line. This is... I shouldn't have done that. I should have just let it hang. Let's see here. Get at a check. So, let's do that. I don't think I can do much with that, really. But, so, maybe with this, I don't know. What can I do there? Not really much. With this, that's going to just be a trade. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, so, can we... Sometimes I'll put that bishop in place with this rook who's over here. I can get the bishop up there to threaten the rook, but that's not happening today. Okay, that is... Okay, so it looks like you're going to get... Any way out of that. You're going to get that. So let's try this, whatever. I'm going to take the bishop. I can't castle from here. I'm almost out of time. We are done. Okay, let's try one more here. So I'm losing a little bit of my ranking here. I was just about 340 or something like that. 330, 340. And now we're losing some rank, but... Okay, here we go. I can move that up last. Insist. So, just trying to go in at random here because I don't really know this position well at all. But let's see what we can do here. What's that? Do anything for us? Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. Q for short. Think you know what I mean. Okay, let's see here. Nothing personal. Okay, let's see here. Drive the knight away ski. Let's see what we can do, ski. Anything for you, ski. I have a feeling I'm not gonna win this match, but that's okay. We'll survive. And even if they lose my queen, I'll just keep going because you never know when they'll blunder, and I'll be able to get my queen, or I'll get a queen back or something like that. Especially if you're moving fast, you won't have time to really think out your moves. You might blunder more. Ouch. Like, I'm blundering right there. Huh. Okay. So, I should have left that open. Why did I not do that? So, over here, we can fork. Fork them. And feed them fish heads. Is that not a terrible move? I think I could take them, but I don't have much time left. I'm running at 8 seconds. Like, whatever. Huh. Yeah, they're really messing me up quick on this one. Whoops. So it gets pretty tense there when you're playing real fast and trying to survive before the clock closes out. And you get a second back, it's kind of fun because then, you might have a chance on 3 or 4 or 5 moves. You got 3 or 4 or 5 seconds back. You're kind of creating, a cut-through situation. And I had, I guess, a few decent moves in that game. But it's kind of cool. You can go back and analyze and take a look and see what they thought the best moves were if you want. And that way you can try to memorize, remember next time I'm in that situation, you might say, hey, look, okay, that move was a good move. Maybe you were a little unsure of why it was a good move. So that's something to think about. But this is just a quick, few minutes on this 1-minute bullet chess. If you listened in, I appreciate you listening in here. Let me know if you did. Maybe drop me a comment or a line. Maybe what country you're in, or even what state. I'm not saying to be too specific. Don't give away your location or anything like that if you don't want to. But you see here what 1-minute bullet chess is like. Maybe you played it a bit already, or maybe you're at a pretty good rating. Tell me what you did. What was a big breakthrough for you in either 1 minute or just regular or rapid match chess? Okay, see you next time in the next video. And meantime, check out one of these other videos. If you see one at the end of this video, click on it and keep going. See you next time.